disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me, as always, my podcast partner, Joe Hartley. What's up, man?
What's up?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network, and on Mondays, you got the Winner's Circle with myself and Isaiah Gatherings. Tuesdays, the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. Wednesdays, you can get the traditional way with Brett Shumway. And Thursdays is us, Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with myself and Joe Hartley. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Center Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. And don't forget about the main app, the Martial Arts Center Network app. Joe, it's showtime. What's up, man?
How much, Gene? Enjoying some time off.
That's right.
Yeah, I took some days off. I'm off this week. I'm glad because the mornings, as far as the roads and the cold and everything, have not been fun. So
No.
I'm glad I missed all that. So I'll talk to people at work about it, and they're like, "Yeah, man, it's been a mess." So I'm like, I'm okay missing that. I had a good weekend, man. I got to enjoy some UFC. I haven't watched a UFC fight in a long time because I've refused to pay $60 for those fights. And
Right.
in my old way of watching them without the $60, it was sketchy. So I was happy for Paramount Plus to debut this. Had some good fights. Some fights, I didn't agree with the outcome, but it is what it is.
Did you listen to me and Isaiah's recap on that?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet, but
Okay.
So not yet. But I probably agree with most of the stuff y'all said. Honestly, the two fights that I had a problem with was I thought Rose won, and I thought Sean lost.
I also thought Sean lost, but I also thought Rose lost also. So we can talk about it a little bit. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I want to listen to the episodes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's my opinion. That's why, I see it different than the judges see it, and they score how they score. But to me, that's why you gotta get a knockout, man, or at least dominate a fight. So other than that, enjoy some football. Interesting games. Kind of ended up how I thought it would, but both teams went a different route. Glad Matthew Stafford didn't go. I thought after that stupid taunting call, like, to me,
I didn't see any of the game. What taunting? I missed the game.
Okay, so it was 3rd and 12, and they stopped them dead, no problem. 4th and 12.
So
now,
LA stopped Seattle, or Seattle stopped them? Okay.
Seattle stops LA. 4th and 12 now, like 6 minutes left in the game, maybe 8 minutes left in the something like that. So they're up. LA needed to score on that drive personally. So I'm like, yeah. And then the what's his name? White Spoon or something like that. He went over to the sideline and started, getting aggressive and yelling at the sideline. And they gave a 15-yard taunting penalty. 15 yards for taunting?
Wow.
To me, that should be 5 yards. Just, hey, man, don't do that again. 15 yards for taunting.
For LA or for Seattle?
For Seattle. So he went to the LA side and started talking. Dude, this is the biggest game of these guys. Like, this takes you to a Super Bowl. Of course you're going to be crazy. They've been talking smack to each other all game, and this dude can't go to the sideline and be like, yeah, what up? Like, we just, give me a break. I mean, you got Puka Nacua out there. You got Devontae Adams. They're dropping bombs on these guys. And I stop you at 4th and 12, and then a stupid 15-yard penalty gets you back in the game. And then, of course, Stafford throws a touchdown on that next play. So I was like, if this decides the game, like, football is just rigged because it's so annoying. That's annoying to me, man. 15 yards for taunting? It makes no sense to me. You're going to decide a game because some people got happy that they made a play.
Yeah,
Like that's what that is to me.
That's been happening more and more recently in the NFL. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they've been getting a little bit more strict.
I don't
when it
know,
comes
man.
to
These
the
people
players
need
having
to. It's another way they're making the game soft, as far as I'm concerned. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings because you're losing now?
fun.
Like, you know what? Go out there and do better then, and I won't taunt you. Like, I mean, you're telling me that Deion Sanders and all these guys didn't get away with taunting the other side when they made a good play? Emmitt Smith. I mean, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me that. Barry Sanders out there, you know, Barry was a humble dude, but Barry made people look stupid. If he wanted to go and be like, you can't catch me, I'd be like, yeah, you can. Do something to catch this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's taken away from the game, and to decide a game that way. I'm glad it didn't, but man, that would have pissed me off. So anyhow, yeah, I got to enjoy some football, some MMA. It was a good way to start my weekend. Pistons 1-1 on back-to-back games, so I was okay with that. I mean,
it sounds like you spent a lot of time in front of the TV, like you didn't have to go out nowhere.
I do spend, but I also I went and visited my aunt. We did birthday dinner on Saturday before the fights. I got home just in time for the fights after that. And so for the girls, because both my girls had their birthdays, so my mother-in-law and her husband took us all out, my mom included. We went out for pizza at a place in Farmington called Crispelli's, I think it is. Yeah, good. I mean, good place and everything, but it was the setup was weird because they had their dining room was full, so they had the outside set up with like it was. It was closed, but it was like, you know, it wasn't an actual window and everything. And then they had heaters. So it wasn't terrible, but they didn't have a server. So we had to like go order our food at the front and then somebody would bring it to us, but nobody was like filling our drinks or so it was a little different than normal for
Did they expect a tip?
I mean, my
like when you got the bill, did they have a little space for the tip?
My mother-in-law, so you were going up and paying as you were ordering. So my mother-in-law's husband, he was tipping them, but I told him afterwards.
Tipping who?
That's what I said. I was like, the people that were just doing their job. But he's a nice guy, man, because I'd have been like, y'all would have got $10 out of me and that's it if you're lucky. I'm doing most of the work. I had to get up and get my own drinks. I'm like, I finally just said, you know what? Give me a pitcher. I'm gonna fill up a pitcher. So I'm not. They give us, you know, a medium-sized cup. I'm like, man, I'm not getting up every 10 minutes to fill my drink. Like, give me a pitcher. I'm gonna fill this pitcher up.
Have you never tipped someone because of a bad service?
No, I worked in the industry, man. I'll tip you low for real bad service, but I won't never not tip.
I have one time. Me and Ski, we were together. We were at
I might have when I was younger, probably, but yeah, I get it.
Well, I mean, I was in my 20s, so I know I wasn't. I might have been. Yeah, I had to been either in my late 20s or early 30s. One, and me and Ski were at an establishment, and we ordered drinks, and we ordered vodka. And now this particular vodka, we knew the taste of the vodka.
Oh yeah.
So when they brought it to us, it didn't taste like that. And we both took a sip and looked at each other.
You was paying for the good stuff and getting the cheap crap.
Yeah. So we looked at each other and I said, does this taste like such and such? And he was like, no, this doesn't. So the girl came back and we said, hey, we ordered such and such. This does not taste like that. Can you talk to the bartender or whatever? And she said, and she had an attitude. She's like, no, that's what it is. I saw him pour the drinks. I was like, okay, cool, but this doesn't taste like what it's supposed to taste like. She had an attitude. She would not take the drinks back. She wouldn't give us anything else. We said, okay, fine. She was real rude about it. Yeah, she was real rude about it. So when the bill came, we paid. We only had those one drink, so we just said we'll get some more drinks from another person somewhere else. So this wasn't a club or anything like that. It was one of those Dave and Buster like places, but it wasn't Dave and Buster, but it was a place like that. I don't want to say the establishment's name. And so we paid our bill. She came right back and said, hey, is there any reason why you guys didn't tip me? That's what she came back and said. And we said, yeah, because you gave us shitty service. Like, come on now. Like, you could at least recommended something else. If we did not like this drink, recommend something else, but you got an attitude with us and you wanted to argue with us and telling us that this is such and such when clearly this is not what we know this drink is supposed to taste like. So she told us, like, fine, don't come back no more. And just walked off.
Don't worry. I won't. Yeah, man. When I worked in the industry, and I've seen this happen at least twice, where people leave a no or crummy tip, and I've watched waitresses go right after them, man. And let me tell you, I'm like, the one that did it, she probably deserved it, to be quite honest. I've watched
we would have tipped her.
I've watched it for a while, and she probably deserved it.
Yeah, so
like those people, those kind of people, man. Like if you work in hospitality, I hate to say it, but you got to eat some crap, man.
And this, we weren't being assholes. We weren't being mean either. We were being nice. We just.
And frankly, I'd have been like, "You want your tip? Go talk to the bartender or the owner," because obviously they're trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
that's what I would have said. I think she took it too personal. Like I wouldn't have taken that personal. I'm like, man, y'all are messing up my tips. Like you got to do something about this.
Can you tell the? I'm quite sure you're more of a drinker than I am, but you can tell the difference in vodka if something is made from grapes or if something is made from I think barley.
Man, if you have something that you drink a lot, you know what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah,
and they could have watered it down. They could have just switched the bottles, switched the labels. Like people do that kind of crap to make more money. And most people wouldn't catch it. Most people are like, oh, it tastes like vodka. But if I'm paying for Grey Goose and you giving me pop off, you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah. So
you could taste the difference between that.
Yeah, it was a big difference. Like this clearly was not what we were expecting. So,
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just enjoying myself. Some time off. I know, it's gonna go by real quick, and this cold weather ain't helping. But yeah, other than that, everything's going good. What you up to?
Nothing much, man. You know me, man. I hate going out in this weather. I absolutely I hated going to teach tonight. To teach my students. And here in the Detroit area, they did not do the streets today. And when I was out and about today, this afternoon we got about a half an inch of snow, and it was real blistery out. And that snow combined with what we got yesterday, it's just all over the roads. Like it made the roads really, really slick, really, really slushy.
Yeah, the side roads are bad.
Yeah. So going to the school, like Grand River is slick. Outer Drive is slick. 6 Mile is slick, and it just makes, because some people are still stupid. Some people are acting like it's 70 degrees and the roads are dry. No, the roads are slick. I don't even understand why people are having accidents right now. I mean, driving real fast on the freeway. It does not make any sense. You need to be going below the speed limit right now. While these weather conditions are the way that they are.
It's so easy to drive in this weather because you don't have to go slow necessarily. It's the car length. If I got, if you're I give 2.5 car lengths in this weather, because you can't stop on a dime. You can't. I don't care what car you have, 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, you can't stop. So if I'm about 2.5, and if I gotta go 35 to do that, then so be it. If I can go 40 to do that, that's fine. But I'm not gonna be on somebody's bumper. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah, and I still see that. I'm like, what's wrong with you people?
They're nuts. I don't know how they think they're gonna stop in the snow like that. It's not gonna happen. Even black ice, you're not gonna stop. It's just not gonna happen.
You're not.
People are stupid, and then they wonder why. Why did I crash my car? Because you're driving like a maniac.
You see it now too. I see so many people now driving some cars, and their cars are beat to hell. And I'm like, man, and you're still driving crazy. So you haven't learned your lesson. So
some people just don't learn their lesson.
Yeah. But back to the UFC fight. So other than that, man, yesterday I shoveled for about 4 hours yesterday. That wasn't fun at all. Nope. And
that's your cardio and your workout for the day, huh?
Right, really? Right. I forgot to post Superflex. After we recorded the Batman, I haven't even put it up. I forgot to post it, so I'm probably not gonna do it tonight. I know I'm not gonna do it tonight, so I'll probably put it up tomorrow morning so we can have that up also. But the UFC fights, man. So me and Zeke talked about this, and I thought Rose won the second round. I thought Silva won the third round. So the first round is what I'm assuming decided the fight, pretty much.
I thought it would have been a split decision at best, not a unanimous. I was surprised by unanimous. I was definitely surprised by unanimous for Sean. That would make no sense to me.
No. Well, see, that fight, O'Malley versus Song reminded me of Rose versus Silva. And because the fight, it really did. So I was kind of surprised. Like, both of these fights are similar, but the outcomes are a little different to me. So Rose was pushing the fight in the first round. She was coming toward Silva, but to me, it seemed like Silva was hitting her when she came forward with those side kicks, those turning side kicks, and she was popping her with punches also. I really didn't. I really have a hard time understanding how people think that Rose won that first round. I really missed it. I really didn't see it. So I saw that you
make me go back and watch it. Now you make me go back and watch it.
I saw you post that in our thread, and I didn't watch that fight live. I had to go back because me and Melissa, we were watching the movie.
Yeah, I was just posting a lot because I was just excited to be watching UFC again, man.
So I saw it in our group. I saw it in our group chat, and I said, you know what? As soon as this movie is over with, I'm going to turn on the UFC. And the one thing that I liked about Paramount, I don't know if you've seen this yet, you can watch the individual fights. And so, like, I went back and I saw Rose. Like, I didn't have to scan for Rose against Silva. I just went right to it, and the fight was right there. I didn't have to fast forward or rewind it or anything. So all the fights are broken up on the if you click on the UFC's icon within Paramount Plus, you can watch the fights individually from each other.
Okay.
The only thing about that is it goes backwards. So if you want to watch, if you're expecting to watch the next fight on the card, you're gonna have to go. You have to go forward because it goes back and it'll show you the previous fight. Okay. So it's going down the other direction instead of going forward. But other than that, I did like the fights. I enjoyed myself.
The main event was banging, man. Like, those two were going at it.
Yeah, that was a good fight. But I expected that from Justin Gaethje. I expected that. But I told Isaiah Patty didn't look like his normal self to me, and he normally cuts down from a lot of weight. And I think that maybe
there's a lot of damage in those first two rounds. So for him, there was a couple times where I thought he was done.
Yes,
in the second, third round, and I was like, "Oh, this dude got some heart," because he was, and they were really working on that eye too.
Yeah, it seemed like I thought he was going down any second from just one punch because
I thought for sure. He got saved by the bell a couple times, but he recovered pretty good, and he was still fighting. So I'm glad they didn't call it. I mean, sometimes I think they call things too fast, and I thought they should have called it a couple times, and I was like, I'm glad they didn't because
he was still going. Yeah,
showed why they shouldn't have called it. So I was happy for that.
Yep, you're right about that. Other than that, man, me and Champ didn't hang out Saturday. I had to go to eye appointment also Saturday. So I'm gonna be getting some new glasses. I haven't worn my glasses in about 10 years. That's how long it's been since I've worn glasses. I thought my eyesight improved, and I'm still nearsighted. So I need to go ahead and get those. I'll be picking those up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I can't even see nothing without my glasses.
So when you were a teenager, did you used to have contacts?
No, I had glasses.
Or did this happen as you got older?
I know that I've had bad eyes my whole life.
I don't remember you wearing glasses when
while fighting. No,
I don't remember you wearing them in class.
I know.
Either.
You know, my dad used to say, like, how can you fight without your glasses when you can't see? And I'd be like, well, it's a person. I can tell where his head and where the stomach, like I know where the scoring points are. It's a person.
That's
but I've
funny.
seen people like I tried out those goggles that I seen people wear. I can't wear those things, man.
That's not for you, huh?
Just they couldn't do it. They stick out too much. They end up being like I fought a guy with them and I kicked him in those goggles and scored a point. I also kicked him one time and he was bleeding because the goggle hit him and cut him, and I got disqualified. And he even said the goggle cut him, not me, and they still disqualified me. So
you know that's not even a thing now. The whole blood thing, that's not even a thing,
because it's you got to really see the intent to draw blood. And I think your uncle started some of that because he was if I got hit in the face, I say, well, that was my fault for face block. I sucked it up one time and then went out and beat the guy. And they I don't like to win by disqualification, man. If you make me bleed, that's just gonna make me fight harder. It shouldn't be the other way around. I mean, we're in a contact sport. Come on.
Yeah. So, but other than that, man, it's just been staying in the house, watching TV, and trying to stay warm, and going out doing this. I know one thing. I'm tired of shoveling. I'm so sick of shoveling.
And it's not over yet because we got more coming.
Because not only am I doing my house, I'm doing my parents' house, and then I'm going over to the dojo and doing the school also. Ooh. I have so much snow at the school. I told Melissa, I said, you know what, it's going to be a bad week, for attendance wise, because the snow is so high. I don't have a parking lot, so people have to park in front of the school. But the snow is so high, if you park in front of the school, you're not going to be able to get out your passenger side.
Yeah.
It's just too much snow right there. Number one. Number two, when the city did Grand River, the closer you get to my school, it looks like they're about to start some road construction. So almost right at the school, they started to stop removing the snow. So the parking lane is damn near covered with snow now, from almost at my door all the way down the street.
Oh, wow.
So people have to park a little bit further back also, on top of this huge, almost 2-foot snowbank that's in front of the school. So I was like, man, I think some people are going to pull up.
Friends with someone with a plow, man. Or
yeah,
you need a student. You need to make a student with a plow. You give them like a $20 discount or something.
That's a good idea, but where are they going to put the snow? Like if they plow, where are they going to push it to?
I got to figure that out, I guess.
Yeah,
because one of the biggest benefits I had on my kids got these two friends. So my son's friend and my daughter's best friend, their dad, when he used to live around here, he would plow in the winter, and he'd tell me all the time, "Hey, it's gonna snow. Keep your car out of the driveway. I'll plow your driveway." And I'd wake up to a nice, and I caught him one time. He'd come at like 3 or 4 in the morning and plow my driveway, and I was like, "Okay, thank you, sir." And he didn't ask for nothing. He just did it because he was close by and he was, he was out there working. I was like, "All right, cool." All right. But now he's down in like Redford, so he ain't coming all the way this way to do that now. I could use it though.
Redford's not far from me.
I know, man. I'll see if he still has the plow. I'll send him your way.
All right, let's talk about our movie for this week, man. Life After Fighting. So I never knew anything about this movie.
It just popped up on my feed, and I was like, the one scene I seen looked pretty decent, and then I looked it up, and I was like, hopefully it's all right. And it was decent. It was a good movie.
It was very good. I liked it.
Yeah, the fighting is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't give this one an A because we'll get to it's mostly at the end what was bugging me, but it's nothing crazy. The fight scenes were great. The story was good. It's just there's a few things that really bugged me. So
and it seemed like an independent film also. Like this wasn't like with Warner Brothers or any of the big studios or anything like that. This is
so it's an Australian film. Is what I was reading.
Okay.
And
I know the movie takes place in Australia, but I didn't know this was an Australian movie.
I guess this guy has been coming up in the scene, but nobody's really knows who he is because he's got what did he have? He showed off like 3 or 4 different fighting styles. He's definitely got Taekwondo, Thai boxing, and BBJ for sure. And he showed it off, and the way like he used it to defend himself, not just like in the class and everything. I thought they did a good job with that.
Very good. Yep. And that was that school was nice too. And I was like, this is not really a set. Nice. This is not a set. This is someone's real martial arts academy that they're using. I wonder if it was so the guy that was starring in the movie, what's his name? Bryn Powers? Is that his name?
Something like that, yeah. He played Alex Faulkner, or no, Alex Faulkner, was that him, or was that the guy that took his title?
No, his name was Alex. Yeah, his name was Alex.
Okay.
But he also wrote and directed. I mean, I know he wrote the movie. But also starred in it. Also, I'm not sure if he directed it or not, but I know he wrote it.
Well, this dude is really fast. You can definitely see the Taekwondo in his fighting. You can definitely see his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was on point. So either he had he really knows this stuff, or he had a really good person on set helping him out.
No,
fast.
Yeah, I think he was a real martial artist. Yeah.
So when I read the synopsis of the movie, it's basically the idea of the movie is former fighter like UFC or something like that, opens a gym and has to take down a ring of traffickers. So I'm thinking, okay, how does he get involved in that? You know what I'm saying? And the way they did it was interesting.
He did
the way they did that was interesting, but it's funny because the first time I saw this one character, I'm like, oh, that's going to be the problem. I literally was like, I don't know why, but that guy looks like he's gonna be a problem.
Which one are you talking about? The boyfriend? Oh yeah.
So this guy, we don't know much about him. You know, he used to be a fighter. He gave it up. It sounded like it was controversial because one of the beginning scenes, he's got his cousin who runs the front desk for him. And she brings up the fact that the current champion is calling him out. And then she shows the video, and the video is saying that he possibly threw his last fight. Now, later on, he does admit to throwing the fight, but not in a way you think. He basically says, I did give up my back to this guy and just let him have it, when he could have fought his way through it, and he didn't. Now, as far as quitting, the guy that's calling him out is mad because everyone's saying he's not the real champ because this guy's better than him. Which, by the way, this guy looks better than this dude. Like, they actually get to fight each other later. And although it was a pretty good fight, this dude would have whooped his ass in the ring. Like, let's be honest. So that guy is feeling very insecure about being the champ because everyone's calling him out. But he hurt his back, and he went through all his injuries, and he shouldn't quit fighting. Like, he's got an amazing school. It looks like he's making plenty of money. His classes
he had a
are
bunch
all
of
full.
students. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his classes were full. He looked like he could charge a good amount with his pedigree. So, like, you know, he's doing fine. He don't need to deal with that guy's insecure BS. And frankly, he was ignoring it for a while.
But you know what? You can't fall for that because, I mean, that could be a trap where whenever you're trying to retire, that next person coming up is always going to want to fight you.
Oh, so of course.
Eventually, you just want to say, you know what? Enough is enough. If you're retiring and you're on top.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, it's hard. I know it's hard for people, but that guy has to get over it because, dude, like, you're the champ. Just go be the champ and stop whining. Don't listen to everybody. Just go be the best champ you can be. Shortly after all that, you know, this girl walks in with her son. He's kind of, you know, looking at waving to the son. They come in. Son's 5 years old, wants to start the class. The mom, he's kind of looking the mom up and down, and she's flirting with him. And I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be a problem. I already knew. She's going to be a problem. And I was right. She's the problem. No, it wasn't her directly. Well, she wasn't her directly, but all the problems in this movie started with her.
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes. It sucks because, I mean, he was just, you know, she wanted to train. Did she come in there with the intent to train, or did she just see him and be like, it looks like somebody I could train with? I don't know. It's kind of interesting the way it went down.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
She asked for private lessons right away.
Yeah, I wonder why she did that instead of in the class.
I don't know. It was interesting. I mean, after meeting the ex-husband, maybe she wanted to beat his ass. I don't know. I mean, that was the only other thing I
assume she wanted to do that. I mean, she wanted a way to defend herself against the ex-husband. But I'm just wondering why she wanted privates instead of a normal class. So instead of just jumping in with everybody else.
she did a class, and at the end of her class, the ex-husband comes in and he wants to pay for everything, and he looks at her and says, "Why are you all sweaty?" Like, dude, it's not what does it matter why I'm all sweaty? Because I just got done, doing a workout. Like, he's all, oh, okay, so he's like, there's no class going on. Like, what class are you doing? He goes like, private lesson. What's your problem, man? So
yeah, he
obviously,
was insecure.
like, this guy, I'm like, this guy's gonna be a problem.
He's one of those guys that doesn't want to let go.
No, not at all. Well, I think he's just a jerk in general. And he played that part pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
So, like I said, this school, man, they got a lot going on. I mean, they're at one point they got full contact going on. Another day they're doing, jiu-jitsu. Another day he's running through taekwondo. So it was interesting.
I was expecting Michael Jai White to just show up. This just seemed like a movie he would have been in.
It would have been. It wouldn't have shocked anybody if he did, because
I felt like he would have been
up and everything.
I felt like he would have been Alex's old wise master, and he had some words of wisdom for him. That I was just expecting it.
Now this scene is where he messed up, because the next day after the son does his training, she invites him to dinner. And he smartly turns it down, because he's one of those guys. He's like, I don't mix, business with pleasure.
You do know what we say at our school.
What's that?
Never dip your pen in the company ink.
Yes, and that's smart.
Yes,
because he made that decision, and he looked like he was going to stick with it. And I was like, good man. And then he ran out, and he let little brain take over. Because and I get it. I'm a guy, man. That happens. It happens. He let it, and it could all been worked out just fine. But after meeting that ex-husband, man, I'm like, I don't know, man. You probably should just let that one go. There's plenty of other fish in the sea, but because that's literally where the second he went out with this lady, he started having problems.
Hold on.
Samantha.
Okay, yes, that's right.
Yeah, Samantha. So the funny thing about Samantha and him's quote unquote dinner date is they kind of like dumped all each other's trauma on each other, which I haven't been on a date in a long time, okay, because I've been married and in a relationship for a while, but I don't know that trauma dumping is that a thing now on dates? Like, that's kind of interesting. She's dropping all her ex-husband drama on him, and he's listening to it. And he's dropping all his ex-fighting and how his girl left him after he was done fighting, and he blah. Hold
on. Well, I think it was important for her to give him a heads up on the ex-husband, because obviously the ex-husband was going to be around.
100%.
That wasn't going to be the only time. So, she was kind of giving him a heads up, but it's almost like a warning. Like, this guy is, watch your back with him. Now, his girlfriend, he let her go.
Because he couldn't have kids.
Because he couldn't have kids. So it wasn't like he got dumped or she left him. And it looked like he took it hard. Like, he didn't want to lose her, but I think he said he was 8 years older than her. Yeah. And he wasn't going to be able to have any kids. He didn't want to hold her back and take that away from her. So that's honorable. I get it. But he probably should have had the discussion, because they didn't say if they broke up and they were still on good terms, if she understood. He kind of just said he let her go. She went her own way.
Oh, the other thing that cracked me up about that ex-husband, when they were talking about signing, the kid up, and he was paying for it, he turned around and asked the ex-husband if he wanted to sign up. And he said, "No, I don't need this. I got my own thing."
Yeah.
And he literally he goes, "Well, what do you do?" He goes, "I just hit the bag in the backyard."
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that think like that, man. It's a lot of people that think like that.
But this husband this dude was a piece of crap, and he never looked like he always had somebody else doing his fights for him. He never won. The only time he confronted this guy was when he had a gun in his hand. That's it. Everything else, he was picking on someone smaller than him, or he was sending one of his goons after this guy. Which was
I wonder if our complaint is going to be the same complaint we'll get there though. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to have some ranting to do at the end. And it's, again, I like the scene. I just got some problems with it as well.
Okay.
So he showed up after following the wife, I guess, and seeing, and he wanted to quit the paying for the lessons because he said, this guy's trying to F my wife. Which he's like, dude, this isn't your wife anymore. You all been done for 3 years. And like I said, he shows up not by himself.
Yeah.
He baits what's his face, Alex, outside where he's got this big goon of a friend of his. But by the way, Alex took care of that guy, no problem. But the problem he had was his students started to show up, and now they're starting to see a side of him that he doesn't really want them to see, which he was defending himself.
And a scene like that, similar to that, happened later on in the movie, in the school. And I was wondering, why are the people looking at him like this? He is doing what he's teaching you to do, what you have to do. But go ahead.
See, these people are looking at the instructor like, oh man, I don't know if I should be here anymore. I'm the type of guy
that's
like,
exactly
oh no, I want to stick around. Yeah. I need to be on this guy's level.
Exactly.
But I guess I'm just a different animal.
Yeah, those people. Anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to that scene. Go ahead.
So, at this point, he should have ran away from this whole situation because it was not a good situation. But she admits that this dude mentally abused her and that she has a restraining order on him, even though she doesn't follow the restraining order. He doesn't follow it and she doesn't enforce it.
That's stupid.
And it's very stupid because she spent time with this guy enough to know that he's not just a piece of crap husband. He is a piece of shit, dude. This guy is a piece of shit. And he only proves it the farther he goes in this movie. And she could have put him in jail, at least for some time, to where it could have messed up his whole situation because this guy should have been in jail. He was a terrible person.
Yeah.
He was not a good dad. He was not a good husband. And he is a terrible human being.
Well, she didn't say he was a bad father. We find out later that he was.
He's a bad father.
I'm just saying she never said that because she was kind of defending him.
You spend enough time with someone, you got to know this guy's a piece of as big of a piece of crap. You're telling me she wasn't paying attention to the marriage, because if I didn't know that this person that I'm spending all this time with is that big of a jerk, like, it's a problem. That's a huge problem. So we find out what was his receptionist's name, the cousin.
Oh man, hold on.
Julie. It's Julie.
Okay.
Julie has a daughter, and she shows up with one of the other students' daughters, and they always come and bug the mom for some money to go get ice cream.
That kind of confused me because at that time I thought that was both of those girls were Julie's kids.
So did I, but it was somebody else. No, just the one.
Okay. Well, I saw that at the end. I assumed that, but
see, I thought just like you. But now, from this point on, this is where the movie kind of gets weird because he's showing a class, and he's got a couple of new students that signed up, and he notices right off the bat they've had some prior training, and they said, "Oh, it was just when we were younger." But when he starts the light sparring, and so the way he runs his class is, the higher belts are allowed to do some contact and they're sparring, but if you have a lower belt, there's no contact. And he made it very clear, no contact. So the one newer guy, he kicks the crap out of one of his older belts. And so right away he's like, why would you do, like, what is wrong with you? Obviously you're here to start stuff. So he jumps in, and the guy's crazy because he actually makes a comment about, oh, sorry to embarrass you in front of your students, and then attacks and gets his ass whooped. I mean, not even a chance. Like, I don't even know how this guy took as much punishment as he did and kept getting up. Like,
why are you keep getting up?
You didn't even land a punch. You didn't land a nothing. You were hitting air, bro. And so
the whole class, the whole school is watching this fight happen also.
Yeah, and like you said, this is where they're all like, making oohs and ahs and turning away. Like, why are you turning away?
Yeah,
This guy,
and
he's defending himself.
Yeah.
He's defending y'all.
The way he was looking, how this scene went, Alex seemed like he was acting like he lost the fight, and the people were looking at him like, we've been here with you training, and you didn't do as well as we thought the master, the head instructor of the school would have done.
See, I took it as I thought he did too much and hurt the guy too much. Like, that's the way I took
but that's what I'm saying. Like, even though that's how they were looking, they looked weird. Because
I agree.
Everybody should have been cheering, like, yeah, get out of here. Just that another. But these guys, these people seemed concerned. They never went back and explained why these people were looking like this either.
It was only a few of them. Some of them were like, because the one guy, after the other guy tried to attack him when his back was turned, the other guy tried to help, and he got whooped before Alex had to put a hurting on him too.
Yeah, but it's like, what did you expect? These guys came into our school, tried to hurt our students. I protected you guys. I defended you, because if they would have took me down, then it would have been open season on the rest of you guys.
Oh, 100%. No, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, honestly, that's the way it should be. So before he gets to actually fight with the other guy, the cousin said the police are on the way and you can hear the sirens. So they took off. Now, it took me a while, and I wasn't thinking along this line, but I wasn't even thinking like, oh, this is something to do with the ex-husband. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a second. It might though.
I was wondering, but see, at this point in time, it seemed like this could have been a rival karate school. This could have been the ex-husband, or this could have been the guy who had been challenging him and he wouldn't step up to fight him, come out of retirement.
Yeah, I thought along those lines too.
So I couldn't figure out. I'm like, okay, so he has three enemies to protect himself from. So where's this story going? I didn't think that. I just didn't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, they turn the heat up right. I mean, the next scene they turn the heat up, because the next scene, again, you got the girls. They come for they want some ice cream. They ask Alex if he wants to go with them, which maybe he should have, but he didn't want no ice cream. And they do this every day, so it shouldn't have been a problem. But before they come back to the school, they get snatched by a guy behind a big black van. Right away, I was like, okay, this is the ex-husband. I only said that because I was like, this van wasn't ever there before. Usually if that's going to happen, it's like they're scouting, they're making sure, they can not get caught. There's no cameras outside, that, like they're setting up something, but this was just out of nowhere.
I thought that it had something. I didn't think it was the ex-husband at first when it happened. And I didn't think it was his, the guy that had been trying to fight him. I figured that it was the guys who had came into the school.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Which I mean, technically it was.
Yeah, technically it was, but they were all part of the same group.
Now, so obviously this like I said, this kind of happened slow at this point, because I thought like they were gonna figure some stuff out, do some investigating, but it was like a week went by and nothing. And then, his cousin, now she's getting very upset, and she's thinking the worst. And of course she's thinking the worst, because I mean, everybody knows that when stuff like this happens, like when you got 48 hours, and usually after 48 hours, it's a done deal.
Right. Now, Julie was his cousin through marriage, because his cousin was Julie's husband, and
and he was overseas.
He was in the military on a special operation. So this is personal, because now you have somebody kidnapped my little cousin.
Somebody kidnapped my little cousin. She's completely distraught. She can't get a hold of her husband. Like the military, they said he is in a position where he has no phone, no nothing. So, and I mean, she gets to the point, and I get it. I mean, it's bad. And Alex is doing whatever he can, but I mean, he's not an investigator. He's not a police officer. Like, and the police don't seem to be doing much of anything either. I mean, at this point.
Now there is a police officer that's part of his academy, though. That's at his school. You know what? They had a conversation about something at the beginning of this movie, and I didn't paying that closely attention as to what that conversation was. I might throw this movie back on just to watch it, just to go back to this part where they had that conversation, because I wanted to know. Now I want to know if that cop friend, the cop student, if they were talking about any type of kidnappings that had been going on.
No, I don't think. But he did ask the cop student to look into the ex-husband.
Okay, that's what they were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, he asked him to. He was giving him the information so he could look it up. And he did come back with it. Now, a week later, Julie's putting up posters. She's thanking Alex for going to the police because I think she's just too depressed and upset and distraught. She goes into the bathroom and she takes, I don't even know what that, I thought she was taking like some Nicorette gum, and it was like it must have been
that was weird. That must be something that goes on in Australia, because I thought she was having a panic attack or an asthma attack, and I thought she was in her purse looking for an inhaler, but she grabbed something that looked like medication, and it looked like she was trying to take it, but she fell down and passed out before she could take it. So Samantha and Alex go to the bathroom to get out of it because she's taking too long, and they see her on the floor. Yeah.
And Alex mentioned when he talked to her about it, she said she wasn't trying to kill herself. Mm-hmm. She was just trying to make some of the pain go away, which I get. I mean, again, that's rough. This whole thing is terrible.
Maybe that was pills for depression or something. I don't know. They didn't explain what it was.
But it wasn't good. So the next scene, they actually give us a glimpse. They don't show us who, really, but they show somebody scooping food out of a bucket and throwing it to kids in dog cages. Mm-hmm. So now we're like, okay, this is the traffic. This is where the girls are. This is a trafficking ring.
So they're still alive.
Man, I know these things. This shit really happens, and it sickens me to death that there's people who can treat kids, let alone just people in general, like this. But I mean, it's such a lucrative business. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish we could wipe it off the map. Whenever, I got 2 daughters and a wife. Every time they go out, to the store late at night or something like that, I'm like, call me, make sure you don't do anything weird, stay in the light. Like, I let them know, man. Shit, at some point, I'm like, I want to get my wife a carry to conceal or some pepper. Like, that shit scares the crap out of me, man.
And it should, yeah.
It's just like, I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, the movie Taken,
Yeah.
And I don't have a second set of skills, but let me. If the police find you and I'm like face to face with you in court, good luck, because I'm coming at you. Yeah. I'm gonna be like one of those court videos where I run after them, and I'm gonna get a piece of them one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, because now too, man, your daughters are entering their ages where they're going to start being away from you guys now.
Yeah.
They're going to start spending a lot more time on their own, so you definitely have to do something, or, start training them, giving them some self-defense training at home more and more to make sure they're prepared.
I might arm them with I got a lot of knives right now. My dad left behind a whole knife set. So
there you go.
But I've trained them in some easy things. I've tell them, don't, especially my one who's getting ready to go to college, walk with other people. Don't walk around where it's unlit, stay out of bad situations. So, the husband comes to the school to pick up his son, and the way he's talking to the wife, it was just so weird.
Yeah, it was.
He was acting like he wanted to help, but he was also like acting like he had a secret. It was so creepy.
And he was also acting like he was drunk or he had been drinking.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I mean, she didn't call him out on it, so I guess everything was fine. So at this point, it's 2 weeks since the girls have been gone. So I mean, at that point, now the girls are gone. The Julie's in the hospital. Alex is trying to reach out to the husband some more. Can't get a hold of him. He's having a conversation with the police. The police have nothing. He does come back with some information about the ex-husband, but it's nothing that's helpful. And so, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, where is the break in this case going to come? Because I know from the synopsis, Alex gets involved in this one way or another, but where are they going to, eventually, like, I don't know how long you're going to keep these girls before you need to sell them off. I would have thought,
they would have been going in a couple of days, not 3 weeks, whatever this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it took 3 weeks. Like, they're lucky.
Yeah, and they've been all they've been giving them was rice and beans, baked beans, rice and baked beans is all they giving to eat, and kind of just slopped it down on a plate and handed it to them.
Yeah. At this point, the world champ guy shows up, and he mentioned something about the whole situation. And I thought he was gonna maybe he was gonna be the one to help and break the case somehow. But all he did is he came there because he wanted to fight.
Yeah.
And I think he was kind of taking advantage of Alex's state of mind because Alex took him up on it. And I mean, I guess he was ready to get out his frustration, but man. But this guy wanted to fight him in the ring, and Alex told him, like, man, I'm not going to fight you on camera or anything like that. Like, you want to fight, we'll just settle it Rocky 3 style, Anybody asks about it, you can tell them whatever you want to tell them. And it was a good fight. I mean, the other dude could hang, but Alex knew, and this guy knew. You lost that fight, bro. And you would have lost.
He got beat up pretty much.
If he actually listened and you called him out, minus like something dirty, you were getting that guy, out, my guy.
That was going to be the end of him trying to call him out on social media.
Oh yeah,
that's what that was. That was the end of him calling him out.
But it was cool because Alex did seem like he needed that at that point. So, and then this is where things get crazy because Samantha is getting ready to go to Alex, but she's waiting on her ex-husband to bring the son by. Only he's not reaching out. He's not answering his phone. He's not. Now, I know the kid's 5, but to me, if I was in a situation where we're separated, I want my kid to be able to get a hold of me. Not have to talk to his mom because, in a lot of those situations, the parents don't get along and they'll use that against you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Well, maybe not in all situations, but some. And I know a 5-year-old shouldn't have a phone, but
yeah, that's not about that.
I would give him like a simple phone so I can just get a hold of him, text and talk to him.
Yeah, that better be a cheap phone, man, because a 5-year-old is not going to know how to take care of a phone. Hell, my son now.
It's going to be a low-level smartphone.
Like my son now, I tell him, pick your phone and why is your phone on the floor? Like, what's going on?
Mine's the same, and he's 14, almost 14. I'll be like, because I've replaced, they got real nice iPads for their birthdays a while back.
Okay.
And 2 of them have already been cracked. And they got the insurance on them. I tell them, well, give me $50 and I'll send it in and you'll get a brand new one. And they're like, but I don't want to lose it for 2 days. I'm like, well, that's the only way it's going to work. You want to play with this cracked thing that's going to cut your finger up, or you want to do what I'm telling you?
That's funny.
So the crazy thing is she ends up going, she texts Alex that she's going to go get her son and then she'll be there. And I'm looking and her phone's at like 10% at this point. So I'm like, okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. She's going to find some stuff out. Her phone's going to be almost dead. And at the last minute, something's going to happen. It's like, come on. They were just setting that up. They foreshadowed that the second I seen that her phone was at 10%. I'm like, oh, we know what's going to happen.
This is the thing I had an issue with. Why all of a sudden is the father acting weird? Like, why is he not answering the phone? Why is he trying to keep Terry? That was
I think he got too busy. I don't know what happened because it was kind of weird. You would have think under this situation he would have been trying to get rid of his son so he could handle business.
Exactly.
So
because I was wondering, like, is he trying to sell the son too? That's what I started to wonder.
So has she never been to his house before? Because it was kind of weird.
Well, she knew where he lived.
I know,
but they
never been there before.
They did.
That's what I'm saying.
Like in a parking lot or something, right?
So while she's trying to get her husband and get her son, she sees a little girl come out and a guy kind of take a hold of her and throw her. And then so she discovers kind of what's going on. Now, of course, her phone's at like 2%. about to
Now,
die.
that little girl,
and she has no signal.
When that little girl got out of the cage, did she say that she had to go to the bathroom?
I don't know what she said, man.
But I was wondering, like, because they didn't let her out, like, how did she get out? She just kind of seemed like
He might have forgot to lock it. Who knows? It was kind of weird. It was really weird. So she sees the girls that are missing and all the other kids, and she's trying to send she's trying to call 911. She has no signal. Then she tries to send a text to Alex. But like I said, her phone's at like 1% with no signal. And literally, as she's trying to send this text, she gives the address and she was writing, call the police. Someone knocks her right out, and it's the ex-husband. And the phone is about to die. And right before the phone dies, she gets just enough signal to send the text. And then the phone dies. And the husband grabs her, messes her up pretty good, and then shoves her in a cage and said he's going to sell her along with the other girls.
You're right, man. I didn't even think about, like, it had been weeks. Like, why is he waiting weeks?
I don't know.
With these kids, like
I mean, later he says something about that the people are coming from Argentina, but why does it take 3 weeks for them to come?
Yeah, that was weird.
So now he goes in and he tells his partner or whatever that he's got to get rid of this car. So he takes the son with him. And at this point, like I said, Alex got the text, so he comes and he rescues everybody, except for the only problem is now Terry, the son, is gone. Now, this is where I start having a little bit of an issue, because what should have happened is he should have called the police. He had a working phone. You should have called police and the ambulance, because the little girl that guy threw her, and they said her head was hurting. So she was probably concussed, probably had a brain bleed, something that was going to cause her. But instead, he gets everybody in a van, in the black van that they were kidnapped in, and drives them. He starts driving to the police station. But the police should be coming to you, or at least an ambulance, something. Take him to the first place he should have went the second he realized that girl was messed up was to the hospital.
Well, I guess they didn't want to wait around for the bad guys to show back up also.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. But go to a hospital. Why are you driving to the police station? Call the police on the way.
Yeah.
Call somebody.
Well, they got ready. Weren't they discussing calling the police when
yes.
They heard another phone?
No, they were
ringing?
on their way to the police. They were almost there. Now, because all I'm saying is that little girl died and she didn't have to.
Yeah.
That was the thing that bothered me. One of the first things. But
now,
it didn't take me out of it. I was just like, okay, this is getting dark, but okay, whatever.
Now, that little girl that passed, was she one of the ones that was getting ice cream? Was that her?
No.
Okay, I didn't think. I got confused at that point. Because
the
at
two
the
girls
end
that
of
got ice cream were fine.
Okay, because the only reason I asked that was because at the end, that girl's parents were at the school.
Yeah.
When they had the picnic. And I'm like, well, why is she here? Why are these people here? But anyway, go ahead.
No, I got you. So like I said, they're driving and they're almost to the police station, and a phone starts ringing. And they realize it's probably the ex-husband with Terry. And he says, ignore it. Like, we got to get these kids to safety. And it calls again. And the second call, she answers it. You know, she's worried about her son. I get it. She answers it. And basically, this piece of shit tells her straight up, I need all those girls back. I'll let you have the two that belong to you, but I need the rest of them. Otherwise, I'm going to kill our son. And not only does he say that, like, he proves it. Because he
said he didn't give. He said, I don't care about
pinky off. He cuts the son pinky off.
Now, the little boy that was an actor did a horrible job, because he acted like he just got punched in the arm.
I know.
Your finger got cut off. That kid should have been screaming. He should have fell down and rolled. He said, ow, and kind of, fell down. That was it. He didn't make
That's why I didn't think he cut the pinky off, because I thought he just cut him. I was like, okay.
Yeah, because when we see him again, his hand is covered up and he's not crying. He just bent over, just ow. It's like, your finger got cut off. Come on, like they should have been on him. Like you do, little dude, you gotta act.
Somebody should have.
Your acting chops now, man. Cry, scream. The dad should be yelling at you to shut the fuck up. Something else should have going on. That should have been
100%,
wild.
100%. So the crazy thing is the big idea, and I'm actually surprised that he agreed to this. Alex does care about Terry, but it's what, 8 kids versus 1 kid, and he's almost gambling with Terry's life. Probably hoping that the dad won't actually kill his son, but I mean, this dad proves that he's already a piece of crap.
Yeah, I mean, what parent could chop off a kid's finger? So
he brings him to the school and tells him, "You're going to come to the school and pick up the kids."
Yeah, and when he said that to her, I kind of, thought like, okay, that's corny, because he said like, we'll have an advantage. I'm like, what? I mean, you can Home Alone it all you want.
I know,
and but still, that's not. I mean, there's only so much space in a martial arts school.
But he's lucky that Victor was the guy's name. I keep calling him the ex-husband. Victor followed like the way he wanted him to, because Victor should have just been like, dude, I'm here. I'm gonna kill this kid unless you bring out these kids. I mean, that would have been a smart thing. Instead, he sends his goons in 4 different ways.
Okay.
2 doors, 3 doors, roof.
Yeah.
And he's got the kids in the Samantha locked up in a back room with a crummy ass door.
Now, I'm assuming we're at the part that you got a problem with.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that problem? And I'll tell you what my problem was.
Okay, my first problem is these guys are coming to not only harm and traffic little girls, but they're breaking in to possibly kill you, Samantha, and anybody else who gets in their way. Why are you just beating them up? Fuck them up.
Well, he did.
Yes, afterward.
Yeah.
And then my second part is, okay, you have a conscience. You don't want to kill a bunch of people. So you messed them up pretty bad to the point where they should be like, I'm out of here. Why are they getting up again, Gene?
Well, yeah.
What was promised to them? There's no amount of money that's going to allow me to take that big of a beating and then come right back at you.
I kind of like that
like
part.
Zombies.
I like that part because we don't see that in movies, but it shows like, normally somebody hits somebody, punch them, kick them, they fall down, and these people don't get back.
Okay, but I need to, what's your motivation? The guy that you're working for is not scary. The money can't be that good. So is this like a 20 virgins things? Like what are we missing out on here? What is called? Why would they get back up like this? Because the second time and the third time these guys got back up, it was Alex was like, okay, man, you know what? I've had enough of whack-a-mole. Yes. I'm killing you.
Yeah, he started breaking people's ankles, their knees, their arms, their necks. He's throwing them. I mean, because like he was slamming them, and he was pushing them through windows, pushing them through walls, and they were getting back up. So then when he said, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to take it to another level. The fight scenes were all good. I enjoyed all
the fight scenes were fantastic.
And how he was defending himself. Yes. Are those
I
the
love
only
that.
2 issues?
I just couldn't believe these guys kept getting, like the big guy, I get him. He had pride. He had to do something because he was bigger and better, but he wasn't. No. But the other guys I'd have been like, you know what, dude? I like my life. I'm out. I'm done trafficking kids forever.
Was that your only 2 problems with this scene?
Well, the little girl dying bothered me because I thought that was unnecessary. And the fact that, why are these guys why do you keep getting up? It just seemed like it was just never ending, man. Like I thought we were watching Power Rangers and the putties and it just kept coming and coming and coming.
So, you know what my problem with this scene was?
What's that?
There was only one gun. There was only one guy came in with these guys were dressed in bulletproof vests.
Oh yeah, but
and
Victor said why there was only one gun because he didn't want to put holes in the merchandise. That's literally what he said.
Oh really? Girl. I missed that part.
He literally said that. That's why I said this guy's a piece of shit, Gene.
Oh man, I missed
that. This guy's
a
piece of shit. Yeah, he said I don't want to put holes in the merchandise.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, why do you care about Alex's business?
No, he meant the little girls. He didn't want a stray bullet to catch the little girls.
Oh, okay. I missed
because
that
they
part.
messed up. That karate gym was shut down for a month at least after.
Yeah, all the dead bodies and blood everywhere. Yeah.
Let's see. He killed the first guy he killed. I mean, he basically made the guy stab himself in the neck, and he gave that guy should have died 3 times. He got kicked down the stairs twice.
Mm-hmm.
How you survived that, I don't even know. That guy should have had a broken back or something. Yeah. But okay. But eventually he got stabbed with his own knife. Mm-hmm. So that was the first one. And then the big dude, he took him out by just raking him against the glass.
Oh, like yeah. I've never seen.
He almost cut his head off.
I kind of like that. I never seen nothing like that before. Yeah, that was
nuts.
So basically, he pushed his head through a window. He fell down. He had his head down on the windowsill. And he exposed his neck and ran his neck along the windowsill.
Oh, yeah. He
with all that old broken glass. Yeah, I never seen nothing like that.
Sawed his head off.
Yeah, I was glad Melissa didn't see that part because she would have been pissed if she would have seen that. She does not like violence in movies. So.
Oh man, you can't watch these movies then. The violence
no. Most of the time, if she sees me watching one of our movies for one of these podcasts, she gets them to leave. She'll say, "Oh, all right, you about to watch a movie? I'm going to bed," and she won't watch most movies with me.
The rest of them, man, he would start off like Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, they ass, and then he would get them on the ground. And he would just snap limbs. Mm-hmm. He was snapping arms and legs, and then he'd grab them. I thought he was going to rip someone's throat out at one point, but he was just snapping necks. He was snapping necks.
So that was the guy, when he did that, that was the guy who had came into the school. So everybody else went in there. He was still in the van with Victor. And after he noticed that everybody was taking too long to come back out, he wanted to go in there, and he fought with Alex one-on-one for a while. And they had a good fight with each other.
Yeah.
But he lost, and like you said, like Alex got ready to rip his Adam's apple out of his neck.
I thought he was going to. Oh, he did chop someone's Adam's apple pretty good. That'll kill you too.
Mm-hmm.
Now the last part that did bother me. So he, like I said, these boss fight. Every fight in this was a boss fight except for against Victor, because Victor wasn't a fighter. Let's just be honest. Victor was never going to fight him. So. He takes the one gun, like you said, he disarmed that gun so fast.
And I knew that was going to happen because we saw him teaching that earlier in the movie. Yeah. He was teaching the class and he was teaching them how to do that.
But he took the gun and gave it to Samantha to protect everyone while he was finishing whooping everyone's ass.
Mm-hmm. But Victor came in with his own gun.
Yeah, Victor came in with the gun against the son's head.
Right. Yeah.
She got the drop on Victor.
Yeah.
Any other mom would have pulled that damn trigger.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you? This dude is a piece of shit. I don't care about killing you in front of your son anymore. Like, you took my son, you cut off his pinky, you took these girls, you were going to traffic my ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why? She should have shot him and it should have been over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just
that should have ended the movie right there. I don't know why. I don't know who chose that. Like, she put the gun down. That was because he was acting like he was gonna pull the trigger if she shot him. No, by the time she got the drop on him, she could have easily boom, done, dead.
Yep. She puts the gun down, and then she gets shot in the stomach.
But no, she lets Alex. Alex took 3 bullets.
Yeah. Yeah. And she
Alex
got shot.
Almost dead. She got shot.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude could have been dead. But okay. So, he kills Victor and everybody dead.
I like that he made Victor, like, he got to Victor and he made Victor shoot himself. He made Victor shoot himself right up under his chin, it looked like.
So the other cool part about some of these fights was I forgot he had like weapons and he was breaking wooden swords and everything. So he was messing people up, man. It was crazy. So then, the police guy shows up when everything's pretty much at the end.
Yeah.
And gets the rest of the police there.
Well, he saw him. He saw the van earlier when Alex, Samantha, and the girls, he saw them and he thought that it was weird that Alex was in this van.
Yeah.
And then he goes to the school and he sees that the lights are turned off because, of course, Victor and his crew ran in there, they cut the power. So when this cop guy comes in, he sees the school and it's not lit up. He knows that Alex is there, and then he starts
backup power, but that was about it.
Yeah, he starts walking around and he sees that the doors are looking a little funny. So he knows something's up. So when he goes in, you would have thought that when he saw all the bodies laying around, he would have been calling out for Alex. Like, hey, when he came in quietly.
Yeah. He didn't know what he was walking into. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, happy ending for all except for the bad guys.
Yeah, had a barbecue at the school at the end.
Yeah, at the end, there's a barbecue. We see, because they kind of left us like maybe Alex was on his way to dying, but I'm glad he didn't. I mean, he went through all that. At least he could do is survive and keep his school going. So, but no, he's in a wheelchair. He's recovering. Samantha's recovering. The family of the girl who passed away is there, and they're, praising him. Everybody else's families are there, including Julie and her husband. Yeah, and they're, they're singing his praises. And then he comes over and tells him, there's not enough, words or anything I can do, to thank you, which of course, I mean, yeah. And, that's the end of our movie, and, happy recovery. And, he gets the girl in the end, even though she, was she worth all that trouble? I don't know. Maybe.
All right. So what grade are you giving the movie?
Like I said, all that stuff, I got to have something to complain about. It didn't take me out of the movie, but yeah, I'm going B+ all the way.
I'm going A-. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
I mean, it was enjoyable, man.
It was a good find. I was like, oh, finally. Every time I do that, I feel like it's always a toss-up, so I never know. So the second I started watching, I'm like, oh man, the karate in this is good. So hopefully the story's good. So
and this was one of those movies that was a legit martial arts movie. Like this.
Oh yeah.
Everything about this was all about martial arts instructors, the school. The main fight is at the school. Students, like this wasn't somebody that knows some martial arts skills that was going to take down a drug dealer or anything. This wasn't anything like this. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So, man, we didn't even talk about what's next though.
I don't even know.
I have no idea anyway either. Well, we'll talk about it. So just stay tuned next week to see what we're watching on next week's show. Any closing remarks, Joe?
No, what's kind of funny? I didn't even realize this until just now. So I picked an Australian actor in an Australian movie, and UFC's in Australia next week.
Oh wow. Wow.
I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, man, I got nothing else. I'm good.
All right, everyone. Stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week, and I will play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.